Alright. We're on Elden Ring. And the cat is here as well. I need a monster. I'm tired of pretending that I don't. And you know what else I need? I need some of this cookie. Okay. The father of Bunk has returned. Good cookie. It's Ungus and Bungus. Wasn't letting me continue for a second. Hold on. There we go. Now my controller is starting to be weird. Why is that? This is a brand new PS5 Pro. Don't tell me the port in the back is messed up already. I only have two. This'll seriously kill my mood. Okay, if my controller starts disconnecting on me, I will not keep this stream going for very long. Just let me chill and relax. Stop fucking with me. When I press buttons, I want to see my character do things. And I don't want him to randomly stop in the middle of playing the game. Come on, controller. Come on, PlayStation. Be nice to me. I shouldn't be on my hands and knees begging you to be nice to me. Okay. I want to get the caveman club. There we go. Perfect caveman outfit for the caveman John. Hell, I'm pretty sure this is even the outfit that I'm wearing on my other outfit. Like, other character. The barbarian character. Matter of fact, real quick, we're gonna go put a stripe on. And also we're gonna see what type of faces we've got and which ones I lost. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well that doesn't look too horrible. But at the same time, alright, whatever. Get the ratty hair. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Also, I feel like I should start saying this every single stream. If this stream stops for whatever reason without an outro, without a proper outro, like if it lags or if it stops, pretty much if it stops at any point without me stopping it myself, is what I'm trying to say here, I will be starting another stream. Okay. So let's see what we're gonna put on. Hold on a minute. I want the Bale incantations down first, since they take up the most space. Plus, they're a hybrid between fire and lightning, so it kind of doesn't matter if they start the build or end the build, and because they take up the most slots out of every other incantation that I'm putting on, I want them to start the build. Black Flame, Flame of Frenzy, Ghost Flame. What do you want, cat? What do you want? You're so silly. Silly cat. Alright. That's good enough. Oh, wait. If I take off Moon of Noxtella, I can just have on Bale's Flame Lightning without having on Bale's Tyranny. And I don't need to have them both on. Yeah, here. There we go. Took off the ones at the far end, but I can fix that. Okay. And now the ghost flame. Okay. So I feel that by using Bale's Flame Lightning first, that shows his mastery of both elements, like of both fire and lightning, before he actually starts using them separately. Instead of having on something like Light of Mikola. Kitty cat, what? I see you. Yes, I'm petting you. I'm trying to relax too. No, you can't play Elden Ring. Your paws are too big for that. You can hear the cat just like, notice me. Well, it's weird because... Well, this is a demi-human weapon. Okay, hold on. Let me... Because I'm trying to think about it like this. Like, what weapon that I would use instead of the dry leaf arts? Probably a pair of daggers? Or maybe just a singular dagger? But now I have to upgrade both of these to 25? I don't know if I have the smithing stones for that.
Those are of a challenger who's felled his mark.
Wait, hold up, I need to hear this. Even though I haven't really killed anything major that I can remember. Actually, you know what? I have a Bale incantation. I've killed Bale. The Dread.
Now, look at you. Those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled his mark. Fine and well. Now lay out your arms.
I have no ancient dragon smithing stones. Okay. These are the only daggers that I would consider using because they don't have any hilt to them. Now I just need to think of what weapon that I'd use if I went into dragon mode. Probably my giant crushers. Boop. Boop. Yeah, have on twin daggers with bleed for a fast and nimble style of combat. And then when I go dragon mode, like... The only reason I'm wanting daggers instead of my dry leaf arts is because not only am I wanting to try something slightly different, but my dry leaf arts, like when I'm trying to walk around like with nothing on, like they give the appearance like I'm wearing gloves. That's my only problem. Anyways, just give me 1 second. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. And I think I'm gonna have my seals down first. Yeah. You know what? I've got an idea. Eh. Golden Order seals are stronger. Mm-hmm. Yes, very good. Plus, the only reason I'm using the Golden Order seals is because the Dragon Eyes, even when you're under the influence of Dragon Communion, they're gold. So, yeah. And I've only got on like 2 dragon incantations anyway. Unless I'm running a full Dragon Communion build again, I can't use those seals. I'm just trying to return to my original roots. If I'm trying to return to my original roots, then maybe I will use this look. Because this is my beast after all. My beast form! Oh, the black eyes. The black background to the eyes with the red. Looks pretty scary. Yeah, that looks kind of scary. Looks like he doesn't have any eyes. Like, in certain lighting. And then you just walk up on him and then his eyes are just completely red. Plus, it makes sense for his eyes to be clear. This is his purest form. Yeah, I'll go with this. Mm, okay, then that gives me another idea. I've only got one.
Back over no matter.
Oh, that phone call came in at the perfect time. 4:20. Just keep them both with poison mist. That way I don't have to use the Ash of War, I can just do this. Yes, the lore behind these two weapons. They are actually his own arms used as weapons. How? It's simple. Alex Mercer prototypes his arms into giant caveman clubs. He starts with the left arm and then uses the right arm to cut it off. And then he goes to the right arm after the left arm comes back, and then uses the left arm to cut off his right arm. And then he has two giant caveman clubs made from his own flesh. What the hell did you just say to me? Why am I in a medium load? Really? You actually fucking serious right now? I'm in a medium load because of a single dagger. There's gotta be a way to fix this. So, you mean to tell me that the original dagger, compared to the, what? No, you can't do this to me. I need to be in a light load. If I start putting on armor to put on my dry leaf arts, that'll just make me heavier. That's interesting. This weighs less. I want to be the Mushroom King. Mushrooms grow off of my body. type ascending, descending. Okay, hold on. Let me just check something real quick. So even with the mushroom set, damn, I was kind of hoping. See, like, this is... I have 2 colossal weapons, I'm in a light load. I just need some incantations to let me fight as if I'm unarmed and using... How about a blood build? There's literally only 2. Okay. I guess we'll go for the claw incantations, like... But we'll do it in order. No, not the thorns. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. I gotta piss again. Okay. So thinking about it now, maybe the aspect of the Crucible spells would actually fit this character loadout. Which of these can be used on none of them? Got a better idea. Since I've just put on the dragon breath. Uh... Oh well shit, now with Grail's roar I don't have enough for the dragon breath. I could take off Grank's Beast Claw or this one. Alright, well let me just get the quick rundown of my incantations again. Beast Claw, Aspect of the Crucible Tail. Have on the bear roar. To embrace the primal fury. Then have on the aspect of the crucible shit. And then we switch to Dragon Communion. I like the idea of blood flame talons. I do like the idea of blood flame talons. Because it matches the color of the seal. I may just say fuck it and go start putting on red incantations. Okay. Oh, these are 4 pounds. These are 4 weight each. I definitely won't be able to have all my blood fiends armed with these. Okay. Actually, yeah. Mm. I want another monster. But at the same time, God damn it. I only have 2 left. You know what? I have that to drink. I don't need a monster. But I'm gonna have a monster right now because that's what I'm craving. But when I'm out of monster, I'm gonna drink the juice concoction that I made from all those fucking popsicles and a little bit of my Jack Daniels that was left. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Blood Flame Talons, Blood Boon. No, fuck Blood Boon. Blood Flame Talons, Fire Serpent. Gale's Flame Lightning. Uh... Alright, I have an idea. Have this at the front, and then have on Blood Flame Talons, Fire Serpent, Blood Flame Talons, Fire Serpent, O Flame, Flame of the Fell God, Giant's Flame Take Thee. Or I could just do that again. And then put on the Bale incantations. I have a better idea. Blade of Death and Light of God. Perfect. I just thought of an idea. Hold on a minute. Take this off. Hold up. Have this down. Actually, I feel like I should have the black blade down before them. Because the black blade saps health, and then I can do this. If only that beam of light was red. Then I would be more satisfied. Alrighty. Dragon mode. This is my most destructive power. I'm in dragon mode. I don't have my dragon build, but I have a full bleed set up. And apparently, these weapons have blood flame on them. Hold on a minute, let me test something. Oh, I can't use Blood Flame Talons on horseback. That fucking sucks. Whatever, dude. It seems like a spell that can be used on horseback. It's stupid that it can't be. So I'm literally... And these flies are said to spawn from excrement in that land. That's crazy, bro. Shitty blood flies. I'm throwing shit flies at my enemies. That's crazy. Well, the lore on what my character does with it. They're parasites. They are life-consuming parasites. Spawned from his own blood. And he uses Mog's incantation to make it possible. Or if I could just get rid of the incantation, like, logo, that would be what I'd do for a mod. Just get rid of the incantation logo. And just have the incantation. Because all of the incantations that my character does, like, he's not actually doing them from the school of incantations. That's just him and his power. But either way. Black blade. Boink, boink, boink. Okay. Yeah, this isn't a bad incantation setup. I feel like I should have the black blade down first, though. Then the lightning incantation. Then the blood incantations. Yeah, and then like when he pulls out the fucking black blade and people are like, wait, isn't that Malekith's thing? Yeah. I don't know, bro. I'm just having fun. To be honest. I'm just trying to get ready for Night Rain. I've been afflicted by the Scarlet Rot, but due to my Nephilim nature, I am immune. This character has battled Melania, and he has won. And from the fight, he has learned the Scarlet Aeonia. To spread his plague. Melania thought she could defeat me. I'm just coming up with ideas. And it's like the mushrooms are weighing him down since I'm in a medium load. And he's trying to find the cure for the Scarlet Rot. Honestly, bro, the stats aren't really that good in terms of defense, but it's better than nothing. But I just don't want to be a shroomer. I want to be naked. That way I can go into my dragon form if I need to. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put down the blood incantations first, and then when we get to the lightning incantations... I want Blade of Death down first. That way, whatever following incantations we do afterwards are attacking a target with less health. And then Dragon Bolt of Florus Axe will be like, if we actually make it to that incantation, then we'll go into dragon form if we have to use it. For the extra protection. Okay. Well, I guess this is it. I guess this is what we're rocking. Hold on a minute. Let me just go back to the round table hold, because I feel like I have a few adjustments that I need to make to my character.
Oh, your divinity of mercy and forgiveness. Road is yet long, God is not easily found. But one day without fail you will have your will. So please grant me forgiveness.
I don't want him to be too bulky. But I do want his arms to be bigger. Same with his legs, but not too much bigger. Just bigger enough to the point where it's noticeable, but not enough to the point where it's making the abdomen larger. Same thing here. Make the chest larger as well. And then bring this up to 200. Yeah, this is more like it. Looks like we're about to tear a house. Plus, when we pull these out and we're swinging them around and we're running around in a fucking light load, it actually makes sense. Because we look like we're strong enough to actually be running around in a light load despite our giant weaponry. I just don't want the arms to be too big. How about I... Nah, the arms are fine. It's just everything else that has to stay where it is, or the abdomen is going to start getting bigger. The arms and the head are fine. I was just trying to make him look buffer. That way when he goes into his dragon form, it's a buffer dragon. We have an entire game that we haven't explored yet. We're gonna start going over here. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. Okay. We are only going to Caelid for one reason, and that is to fight Radon. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in the normal way, instead of going in the way that's infested with bosses. Because I don't want to have to fight a bunch of bosses. I know I'm in my beast form right now, but the beast wants to take a break. Like, I need a break. Bad. I just need to relax. And I'm actually going to upload my save data. Or not upload my save data. Upload this character preset. Yeah. We could make him thinner to really give those vibes of old Elden time. Holy shit, dude, that seriously looks creepy. Doesn't have eyes. But his eyes are just so clear, like, you have to get, like, really close in order to see them. Sometimes you can see them from a distance. That's the beauty in it. Alright. Well, here we go. We're going into Caelid. Hey, stop that. I saw that shit. Fucking stream lagging. What did I just say? Stop that. I'm experiencing stream lag. Like I said earlier, if the stream stops, I will start another one. Are we good? Come on, man. Just let me relax. Okay. I think we're good. I don't know for sure, though. How about we go into Liurnia instead? Because it seems like the stream lag started when I was talking about going into Caelid. The stream doesn't seem to like Caelid. Honestly, I don't blame it. Hold on a minute. Let me give Godric a little present. Yeah, fuck you, Godric. Bro, I killed Gostock for stomping on Godric's corpse. And here I am doing the exact same thing. Still though, fuck you, Godric, you fucking slug. Fucking with me. I think I actually am going to play the game naked from now on. Okay, I'm gonna touch the grace up here in Liurnia before I do anything. But I would like to thoroughly explore Limgrave before I move on to any other region in the game. I want to get sick of Limgrave before I move on. Actually, you know what? The thought just occurred to me that every single time I play Elden Ring, I am in Limgrave. I'm in Limgrave nearly every Elden Ring stream, as of recently. That thought alone, I'm already sick of Limgrave. I need a change of scenery. That's probably why I'm so bored. I never leave Limgrave. You know what? Let's see what we can get ourselves into. No, let's keep our seals out. Get the fuck over here. Right now. I am hungry. Get over here. My hunger has been satisfied. Who do I want as my active bitch. I don't want my mimic for once. Dung Eater, get the fuck in here. Earn your rights to be called my spirit. Kill them. Kill them all. I can't heal anymore because of you. Unreal. Can you believe this guy, Dungy Boy? I can't heal anymore. Look, my flasks, they don't work. He just doesn't care. Motherfucker. That's what you get. Dung. Attack. What, do I have to bring him over here or something? I had to give him the go-ahead first. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you had it easy. These guys were pretty pathetic. Well, what about this guy? Nah, just bring in my mimic. Fucking be like Virgil, call it doppelganger. Nah, I got a better idea. That way when I go dragon form, I got my waifu. My dragon wife. My lady. My noble dragon woman. My queen of dragonkind. Florisex. Oh, Jesus. What is she? Fucking Grace? Why am I glazing her so much? Stop touching me. I wouldn't. I just took out the last guy. 2 guys in one shot. If any of you hit me, I'm killing all of you. Alright, have it your way. You won't get the dragon. But you'll get my arms. My comically large arms. You need to stop. See, you don't like that. Now you know how I feel. Have you learned your lesson? Good. Now fuck off. What did I just say? Oh, there's more of you. Great. See, you don't like this. It sucks. Who the fuck threw that? Asshole. I gotta get your blood off of me now. I'm in water. Why is this still blood? I'm trying to be clean. Also, can you not? I would seriously, grandly appreciate it if you guys could all just die. Is that the end of those guys in particular? Please tell me it is. I am not resting at the Grace. I'll just respawn all of them if I do. I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, those guys suck. Oh my god, there's more of them. Dude, I am battle scarred like a motherfucker. And... okay, you know what? Let's see how they like it. I just wanted to get them done and over with. If you hit me... No, I'm not even giving you the chance. Yeah, that's right. You better run around in circles. I have the one weapon that's your weakness. That's right. Run. Run, coward. Run. Run. That's what you get for running up on me. Alrighty. Oh, hell no. Not with the guys and the bells, too. Are you fucking serious? You have got to be fucking shitting me. That is the most annoying shit. I'm in the middle of casting an incantation and I get... yeah, you get out of here. I need to deal with those guys. Oh my fucking... dead! I'm pretty sure I showed such a display of power just now that my stream started lagging again. It was a small display of power, but when you think about the nuking capability of that incantation that I just used, and the fact that I just used it as many times as I just did. Yeah, we're moving on. Here, give me this. You don't need it anymore. Okay, we're gonna take this portal. And all the blood is magically off of us. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm actually trying to think of what I want to put on for items. I'm just keeping remembrances as souvenirs, if you guys are wondering why I have so many. Hold on a minute. Just making sure I still have my runes. Holy grease. Why did I just put that on? What did I have on there instead of the holy grease? I thought I was gonna use the holy grease for a second. That's why I was trying to... That's why I pressed the button. Where's the lantern? There it is. There we go. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay. I have an idea. I could have a torch. But I just don't know which torch I want. I know what torch I want. I just gotta go all the way to the DLC to get it first. Fuck's sake, bro. Who am I kidding? This character has night vision. He doesn't need a light to see in the dark. To make that official, here, let me just turn the brightness all the way up. I don't care how shitty it looks. I have night vision. I can see in the dark, goddammit. I can see the very air. The oxygen in the air. I don't want to go this way. Too many enemies. There is a rune bear down there. But there isn't as many enemies down there as there are up here. Jump over it. Well, shit. See, I love how you have to get a running start for some of these jumps, and then, like, when you get the running start, like, you run over the ledge, and then it gets you killed. See, now, I'm going to stop trying to play the game without torrent, like an OG Souls player. And I'm going to do this how I almost always do this. See how fucking simple that was? Why did they... Why? I mean, what they're doing in Night Rain for the Tarnished, they could have easily did in Elden Ring for the Tarnished. Can you imagine how revolutionary that would have been? But instead we had to get Night Rain for the advanced mobility. I swear to God, dude, Night Rain better blow me the fuck away. Or I will delete Elden Ring, Night Rain, and Elden Ring. Just to save up space. I'm fucking serious. Everything that they're doing for Night Rain, the advanced mobility for the goddamn Tarnish, everything that they're doing, they could have did for Elden Ring. Everything that they're doing, they could have did for Elden Ring. But instead, they waited and they made another game with the same name as Elden Ring and fucking combined it with Fortnite! Oh my God, I'm trying to stay calm. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's still green! You ugly motherfucker! I'm serious. I'm not happy. I better see some serious adjustments to Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Not Elden Ring Night Rain. I want to see some adjustments to Elden Ring. Some hard gameplay adjustments. Some hard quality of life adjustments. After Elden Ring Night Rain drops. I want the game to get this massive update where it has Elden Ring Night Rain's mobility for the Tarnished, and I just want them to come back to Elden Ring and do what they're doing for Night Rain to the Tarnished. I just want them to do something to Elden Ring. That way I can enjoy this game again. Something. Anything. I will take fucking anything. Some update to make this game enjoyable for me again. A quality of life change. Something. Hell, something to deal with the fucking enemies so that they're not fucking, like, the ability to summon my spirit anywhere would be nice. That way I could use him as a bodyguard. Okay, seriously, fuck off. Right now. Go fuck your stupid ass self. You and your little buddy can go fuck yourself. You're still alive! Oh, sure, but you died from that one. Jesus fucking Christ. Get me to a goddamn grace. What was I saying? Some quality of life change to Elden Ring after Night Rain drops. Some update. Some change to make the game more enjoyable again. For me, I want something. Okay. Thank Christ. This is the grace that I was looking for, but for some reason I was farther away than it actually was. But dude, I'm just pissed off that all this shit that they're doing for the Tarnished and Night Rain, they didn't do already for the Tarnished and Elden Ring. All this advanced mobility, the ability to run up walls. I'm pretty sure they even have the ability to double jump now for the Tarnished. Like, all this shit that would have made it so helpful to explore in Elden Ring. Not only that, but fight bosses! It also would have made the game more enjoyable, and people would have taken to it more, and, you know, there probably still would be people playing this game. Not that there isn't people playing this game still. You know, it's still a very, very, very good game. But I'm just saying, maybe if this shit were in the game from the start, maybe I would still be playing this game on a consistent basis. Because I love what they're doing for the Tarnished and Night Rain. But I hate Night Rain as a concept. I don't like how they're taking all of their best ideas and putting it into an Elden Ring multiplayer experience. Instead of just updating Elden Ring, or better yet, turning Night Rain into another DLC. And then with that DLC, majorly changing the game in a way that some players, have been asking for a very long time. Me especially. Night Rain did not need to happen. That was a $40 game that did not need to exist. That could have been another DLC. They could have launched a massive update a couple days from now when the DLC dropped and changed up Elden Ring completely. And added all of these advanced mobility for the Tarnished and all this other cool shit that they're adding for the Tarnished and Night Rain. And yeah, sure, it would throw off the base game and Shadows of the Erdtree, but it would be in the game. And Night Rain would still be a thing. It would just be a DLC now. Like, they could have turned Night Rain into another game mode. Like, with the release of Night Rain, they could have added that as another game mode. Like, as a multiplayer game mode. Like, I'm being serious. They should just hire me already. Night Rain did not need to be another game. They could have made a massive update to Elden Ring, changing up the game entirely, flipping the formula completely on its head, by changing the Tarnished into the absolute unit that he was destined to be from the fucking start. And then dropping Night Rain. Instead of it being another game, it's another open world that we can explore. And on top of that open world that we can explore, there is another new game mode. Another new multiplayer game mode. That doesn't just allow you to explore the entirety of the Night Rain map, uninhibited by multiplayer barriers. It allows you to explore all 3 maps uninhibited. But you can only explore up to 1 at a time. That would be the one limit that I would put on it. Like, once you go in and you summon, like, you're either in the base game, you're either in Night Rain, or you're in Shadows of the Erdtree until the session is over. But it's pretty much the same premise as Night Rain. You're just not in Night Rain unless you willingly go into Night Rain's DLC for Elden Ring. In my hypothetical Elden Ring Night Rain DLC. But that's just my take on everything. The chances of them updating Elden Ring the way that I want them to are very, very low, if at all, which makes me very sad. And the fact that I can't transfer my 713 over to Night Rain, and the fact that Night Rain is just a multiplayer experience purely, or that's what it's seeming to be so far. I'm just... Part of me is looking forward to it, and part of me is not. Like, part of me sees that countdown getting slimmer and slimmer, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I saw it, like, install the other day. Not the other day, but probably earlier today. Now that I think about it, let me actually check. Elden Ring Night Rain installed. Yeah, that notification was 13 hours ago. Like, I saw that and I was like, oh shit, we're in the end game now. But then I think of all the shit that Night Rain is bringing to the table and not bringing to the table at the same time. And then I get sad. It's kind of like a 50-50 for me, guys. It's like GTA 6. I'm hyped for it, but I'm not hyped for it. I think of all the things that Night Rain could bring to the table as a game, but I think of all the things that it's not bringing to the table for Elden Ring. But I could be wrong. They could update the game. They could update Elden Ring as a game after Night Rain's release. To add some sort of quality of life change, or some gameplay mechanic change, or something. I'm just not gonna hold my breath and wait. Because if I do that, with this company in particular, I'll suffocate. I'll suffocate if I wait on Miyazaki to give me something that I want and crave. I mean, I have to consider the fact that Night Rain was a separate game instead of a DLC. That is not how I would have done it. But I've already said how I would have done it, so we're just gonna leave it at that, and I'm just gonna shut my mouth. I'm honestly surprised the stream didn't lag through that whole spiel. Or if it did, it didn't lag much. Like, it actually let me say everything that I wanted to say. Like, I'm genuinely surprised. But yeah, to make a long story short, in my hypothetical Elden Ring Night Rain DLC, everything that's happening in Elden Ring Night Rain, in terms of gameplay, in terms of pretty much everything, would have been a massive update to Elden Ring as a whole. The entire game. As well as the release of Night Rain's map as a separate DLC. With new conditions to enter the map and everything. And this multiplayer experience that they turned Night Rain into would have been a separate mode that you could go into from the main menu. And it would have been just called Night Rain. Or I don't know what I would have called it. But earlier I said something like it would be you explore through one of 3 maps. The base game, Shadows of the Erdtree, or Elden Ring Night Rain, with no multiplayer barriers, and it's pretty much the same experience as Night Rain, but instead of just being locked in Night Rain, you have the option to go into the base game or the DLC that came out before Night Rain. So, to summarize everything I just said, massive update, changes to the Tarnished, new multiplayer mode, new map, new weapons, new gear, returning players, happy players, a happy Archon John. I don't want to say that that's the most important thing, but I mean, my ideas are pretty colorful. I do like to imagine that some people are behind what I'm saying. But instead of doing my hypothetical Elden Ring Night Rain DLC, they did Elden Ring Night Rain. And now, me, as an Elden Ring enjoyer, or at least I was at one point, is stuck here with my 713, still getting my ass handed to me by enemies that I shouldn't be getting my ass handed to me by bosses that I should be walking in the park with. You know, just a casual conversation with the boss while I'm beating its ass. I mean, I am max level. But either way, I'm sure Night Rain will either impress me and I will change my opinions on it, or it will disappoint me so much to the point where I will delete Night Rain and Elden Ring. Honestly, those seem like the only two outcomes that are likely to happen upon the release of Night Rain. I'm either going to enjoy it and have a good time with it, or I'm going to delete it and Elden Ring and never play either of them again. Because they had their chance with Night Rain, and they turned it into a game instead of it being a DLC. That could have changed everything.
Are you ready?
But either way. Hell. If Elden Ring Night Rain didn't come out as something that could have changed everything in terms of a DLC, all these changes could have been in the game from the start. And then Elden Ring Night Rain could have just been a DLC. But like I said, one of two things. I'm either going to enjoy it, or I'm going to delete Night Rain and Elden Ring for what could have been. And what should have been, honestly. Because considering Sekiro's movement, I don't like to imagine that Elden Ring came out after. I don't like how they downgraded. I've played all of them, and Elden Ring is their masterpiece. I just feel like it could have been better, especially seeing Night Rain. All the shit that's in Night Rain could have been in Elden Ring from the start. I know I'm just saying a lot of things that I've said before over again, but I'm trying to make sure my point gets across. But here's what I'm going to say. Here's the last thing that I'm going to say before I wrap up this rant. Everything that's in Night Rain, everything that's coming out for the Tarnished, in terms of mobility, in terms of movement, in terms of gameplay, in terms of whatever, could have been in Elden Ring from the very start. And considering it should have been in the game from the very start. Now, I don't know what brain cell died down at From Software HQ to make Elden Ring Night Rain a thing and make it a game instead of a DLC. But I did say that this was the final nail in the coffin before I end this rant. So just allow me to sweep this under the rug as professionally as I can. Like I said earlier, you could explore the base game, you could explore Shadows of the Erdtree, you could explore the new Elden Ring Night Rain map, uninhibited. No multiplayer barriers, it would be exactly like Elden Ring Night Rain. This multiplayer experience that they were trying to create. And Elden Ring, Night Rain, everything that it brought to the table in terms of gameplay would have been an Elden Ring from the very start. And Night Rain just would have been a DLC. And that would have been it. But they didn't do that. And instead, Night Rain became a game instead of a DLC. And Elden Ring, well, it lost me because it could have been better. But if I were doing it, Night Rain would have been a DLC, and this multiplayer mode would have been a thing. Quality of life changes would have been made. Gameplay changes would have been made. And I feel like I would have made a lot of people happy if I were the one who released Night Rain. Actually, if I were working at FromSoft, I feel like Elden Ring would be slightly better in some regards. But I don't know. I'm gonna end it with this, because I'm starting to repeat myself over and over and over again. I'm just gonna end it with this. I'm not gonna be disappointed in Elden Ring for what could have been. I am just gonna wait for Night Rain to come out and see what happens. And like I said before, I'm either going to love it, or I'm going to hate it so much that I delete it and Elden Ring. And I never play either game again. Because of how angry I am at the fucking developers. But either way. I mean, shit. This rant has gone on so long, and I've gotten actually so kind of irritated. Actually, let me rephrase that. This rant has gone on so long, and I've gotten so irritated with the devs that I don't even think I want to play Elden Ring anymore. Just from how negatively I've been talking about it so far. I need something to take my mind off of the fact that I've just been hating on this game for the past, what, 15 minutes? Let's check my drink that I made earlier with all these popsicles. See if it's nice and cold. Open the fucking drink. Why is the lid not coming off? That's good. I think I can almost taste that Jack Daniels that I poured in there. The little bit of Jack Daniels that I poured in there for flavor. What little bit was left in this bottle that she didn't dump out. I can almost taste it. Just imagining the taste. I'm just... Oh. Ooh. That was brutal. Well... Anyways, I think I'm done shit talking Elden Ring. Oh my god. Wow, that is good quality liquor. Holy shit. I got a little bit of it on my finger, and I sniffed my finger, and it made me like shiver. Some of the Jack Daniels that I was pouring into the drink. You know, I was named after Jack Daniels. They were gonna name me Jack. My middle name is Daniel. That's why my other half's name is Jack. When I created Jack to be my dark side. To be my other half. Since I'm a Gemini, you know, they always say that Gemini is looking for their twin. Well, I stopped looking for my twin, and I made mine. His name is Jack Wilhelm. And my name was supposed to be Jack Daniels, because my dad liked Jack Daniels. But the closest thing that he could get to Jack Daniels was Jonathan Daniel. My mom named me Jonathan. My dad's idea was my middle name to be Daniel. And I have my dad's last name, Strassel. Jonathan Daniel Strassel. And then my other half's full name is Jackson Bartholomew Wilhelm. Bartholomew was one of my mom's favorite writers. From the Bible, I think. One of my mom's favorite authors from the Bible, I believe. And I don't really know where Wilhelm came from. But either way, my mom helped me name Jack. But him being named Jack is kind of like an homage to my father, since he wanted to name me Jack. And I was named Jonathan instead. But my mom helped me make Jack, helped me make his name. And, you know, his name is Jack. So my dad wanted to name me Jack, so it kind of feels like I'm paying homage to both of my parents with his name by keeping it the way it is. So, since that day, I haven't really made any more adjustments to his name. It used to be Nathan. For those of you wondering who Jack is, he's a character that I'm making in a story. To give you just kind of like a little rundown of his story, he's pretty much a rebirth of me in this alternate world. Born in another timeline, born in another world, with all of my memories, all of my knowledge. But he's born again in the body. He's born again with all of my knowledge and all of my wisdom over the course of 21 years. Or at least that's how this draft is going in the story. And then he has the powers of a deity that I created specifically for the story, named Archon, who is the ruler of the Void. The Void is made up of a combination of light and darkness. The perfect combination of light and dark cancel each other out and just make a neutral source of energy that draws upon both light and darkness equally. So that's why it's called the Void. Because light and darkness don't exist here, it's something else. But at the same time, light and darkness do exist here. It's nothing, but it's something at the same time. That's what I describe the void energy as. The essence of creation meets the essence of destruction. Light meets darkness and creates something new. So I called it void energy. Because the two cancel each other out. Devoid of all elements. Void energy. So, yeah, that was my initial thought process. But it's not just light and darkness that can exist in the void, it's all elements. Light elements specifically and dark elements specifically. But only, like... Actually, let me rephrase that. All the elements exist in the void. All of them. Like, pretty much every element that I can immediately think of from fiction and non-fiction exists in the void. In my void. And Archon is the ruler of the void. Actually, no, he is the void. But pretty much, Jack is a rebirth of me, with all of my knowledge and all of my wisdom, and he is born in 1969 instead of 2004. I might change that, I'm not sure, because a lot of his story is inspired by Prototype. He was originally kind of like Pariah, Elizabeth Green's kid, born in 1969, Hope, Idaho, shit like that. But I'm trying to adjust it and make it more personal. I may actually move him up in the timeline in terms of birth. From 1969. May make him born in 2004. But something happens the day he's born that sends him back in time. Or something along those lines. I don't know. I'll think about it. But either way, I'm just having fun talking with you guys about my story. Trying to change the subject. I'm trying to stop shit talking Elden Ring and start talking about something else. So, pretty much, long story short, Jack, like I said, Jack is just me. He's a rebirth of me, with all of my knowledge, all of my wisdom, all of my life experience, and he's born again in the body of a newborn baby, with the powers of the void. Like, he has the soul of me, and since I'm the author of the story, like, and in a funny way of speaking, Archon is the ruler of the void. So, in a way, I'm Archon, but if Archon is me in the story that I'm writing. The void, the ruler of the void, Archon is me. just like Jack is me. But Jack has my personality and my experiences. Archon has my potential. Well, Jack also has the potential, but Archon is just me if I didn't have any emotions. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Like, imagine if I was God. That's pretty much what Archon is. I don't know. Again, I'm still trying to make everything up as I go along, so it's a work in progress. What's up, Bernsey? How you doing, my friend? Alright. I'm doing decent. Got done with the King of the Hill session. Nice, nice. I'm just talking about my story that I'm writing, if you're interested in hearing about it a little bit. God, I'm getting a fucking headache. I need to sit down. I need to take a hit. I need to smoke. Ow. Where is everybody? Probably dead. I'm just about to ask if I could have their stuff. But if they're dead, I guess they can't really answer. How's the Jack Daniels? It was amazing. Until my grandmother dumped it out. Why the fuck does she keep it so hot in this fucking condo? 76 degrees is not necessary. I'm dying in here. Jesus. Yeah, the Jack Daniels that I got for my birthday was amazing. It only took a few sips to get me really nice and buzzed. It was fun. But anyways, I was just going over the story of... Gonna see that face cam stream yesterday, okay? Hey, stay here. This is the active stream right now. Don't leave me for another stream. Alrighty. I'm trying to get my headache to calm down a little bit. But long story short, I was talking about my story that I'm writing, or trying to write, about Jack. And pretty much, he's just Jack Daniels Jr. No. Jackson Bartholomew Wilhelm. That is his full name. It's pretty much just an alternate version of me in an alternate universe. It's a rebirth of me. Uh, born with the powers of the void, born with the powers of light and darkness. Pretty much he's born a god with a chance to redo his life from the very beginning and pretty much just do his life again. It's just if I was given an opportunity to redo my whole life and I had godlike powers to make sure that I did it properly. But the thing is that his powers, they change the world around him, and the way that they change the world is that it turns his, how did I describe it when I was writing it? Turning his chance to redo a life once gone awry into a mission to save the world from evil. Yep, pretty much. His powers change the world around him to the point where it turns a chance to redo a life once gone awry into a mission to save the world from evil. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it so far. Well, the summary of it at least. He's just a rebirth of me, and his powers turn his chance of redoing a life, or redoing his life into a mission to save the world. That sounds interesting. Yes. I'm trying to make it interesting. I don't know if I'm succeeding. It's honestly breaking my heart. I mean, I see the story that Judah is writing with Gunblade, and I just want to make a good story too. That people would enjoy. And I'm so... I don't even know the word for it. I just don't know if people would actually like what I'm writing. Same thing with Judah. I bet he goes through that same phase, but at least he's actually got more concrete shit than I do. I'm just going off of the old self-insert becomes a deus ex machina trope. But it's not just a self-insert becomes a deus ex machina trope. I'm gonna try to turn it into my way of revealing my story. Like what happened to me during my life. And I did have a pretty messed up 21 years. From trying to keep my family together. My mom and dad from splitting apart when I was too young to even know what they were fighting about, other than they were fighting and at each other's throats constantly. I don't want to ruin the mood. I'm either going to end stream or I'm going to stop talking. I don't know what to do. I need to take a fucking headache pill. That's what I need to do. There's nobody even in chat anymore. It says there's one person watching. I don't know if Burnsy's still here. I don't know if he's not still here. I don't know who's still here. I just, I don't really care right now. I'm stepping out of the room to look for headache pills. Just give me 1 second. I'm getting in my feels again. I need to step away from the game. Go find me some headache pills. Then when I get back, I need to take a really big hit. I'm so deep in my fucking feels right now. I'm shutting the cats out. Dude, I need a hit bad. First off, I need to throw all these cans of Monster out. Just dumped one everywhere, trying to open the door because of how full my hands were. That's what the fucking thing gets for not opening. I throw you in the trash. That's what my fucking hand gets for not fucking working. When I tell you to turn the fucking doorknob, turn the... Okay. Shut up. I need that hit. Now. Everything that's trash needs to get off my desk. Everything that is obstructing my path, my play area, needs to get off my desk. This needs to get off my desk. It's not even hooked up. This needs to get off my desk before it breaks. This fucking door needs to get a different doorknob because I'm really starting to get sick of it. Okay. Throw this out. It's empty. Get this the fuck out of here. This goddamn remote is the most useless thing in this room right now. Move this. I'm not using my soundbar. Dump out my cigarettes. Dump out my ashtray. Before I light up another one. King Burnsy is a Burnsy. That is indeed very interesting to hear. seriously, I don't need to be paranoid that I'm starting a fucking fire. Are we good? I'm just trying to... Instead of emptying out that ashtray, I could have fucking used this one instead. Jesus. Ribbit, ribbit. Come on, John, stay sane. Ooh. Archon John versus Darkseid. Who wins? Me. No question. Is this how Jack feels? Holy crap. You failed your overconfidence test. Bro, what are you talking about? Whatever. I'm in a better mood, that's all that matters. I think Jack just fucking came up and was like, dude, there we go. Calm. 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 There we go. What's your strategy against Darkseid? Well, let's see. When he goes to shoot his lasers at me, I use my agility to slip behind him and cause him to shoot himself with his own lasers, cutting him in half. That's when I'm not using my godlike powers. Now, when I am using my godlike powers, I know his lasers follow me, but I would use my speed at the very last second, just as it is about to touch me. I would use my speed just as the laser is about to touch me. Just as that laser that's following me is about to touch me. And I would dodge, and Darkseid would hit himself. And then when I am using my powers, I just snap my fingers. He's gone. Like, pretty much, I would just... It would either be a fair fight. I would either use his own powers against him to get him to kill himself for shits and giggles, or it wouldn't even be a fight. But no matter how you look at it, it's like Doctor Strange said, there are 14,605 scenarios in which I win. Yes, I know he says there's one in which they win, but there's 14,605 possible scenarios. Darkseid doesn't win any of them. I mean, if I'm gonna fight him, I need to be unnerfed. It's just that you're overconfident. I know. Nah, you just don't know enough about my story yet. Also, you're no fun. Like, like, just let me have my fun. In a 1v1 scenario, yeah, I know. I couldn't do much against Darkseid. But if we put Darkseid up against Jack, exactly what I said is gonna happen. I don't give a shit about me. I will never care about me. Do not ever bring me into these equations. When you say Archon John, you are referring to either Archon, because you're saying Archon. Archon beats whatever I throw him at. I don't care what anybody says. Archon is literally God. I created him to be literally God. He beats whatever I throw him at. I don't care what anybody says. A single snap of his fingers, nothing more. Jack is just a rebirth of me with Archon's powers. He doesn't know how to use them. So, when you refer to Archon John, you either refer to Archon or Jack. It is that simple. I know I can't do shit. But, I mean, they could. I never intended to work you up. You never worked me up. I'm just explaining some things to you. When you say Archon John, you are referring to me by my title. That means you're giving me the power to fight these guys by calling me Archon John. If you want to be more specific, just say John. Who wins, John or Darkseid? Darkseid, easily. But Archon John beats Darkseid. Yeah. Archon John or Jack Wilhelm. That makes no sense, but so much sense. Well, Archon is the character, the deity, the god of the universe in the story that I'm writing. Even Judah knows this, and he's in chat right now. Ask him. So, when you refer to me as John, I won't win anything. But if you refer to me as Archon John, you are referring to me as Archon. That means I immediately beat whatever you're throwing me at. Because that isn't just me fighting whatever I'm against. That's Jack fighting it too. And Judah knows Jack. Judah knows Jack. Judah knows Archon. So, I'll let him explain it. But I'm just trying to have fun here. Just streaming, just having fun, just trying to... But either way, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. I don't think anybody will ever care. I just don't know why I bother talking sometimes. I should just let Jack take control of my entire body and throw me to the fucking wayside. That would be a whole lot more interesting. He's older, he's wiser. Oh, who the fuck am I kidding? I don't even know if Burns is here anymore, dude. But that explanation pretty much does sum it up. I'm Jekyll, Jack is Hyde. Well, Jack is a little bit of Jekyll too, but he's more or less more focused on Hyde than anything else. It's like Hyde, but if he still resembled somewhat of Jekyll's personality. If he doesn't already. But complicated. Tried to explain it the best I could, but you're fine.
You know why you have a headache?
How long have I been sitting here at this grace? My food is almost ready. I don't even know if I'm gonna eat it. I've had so many energy drinks today, and according to my grandmother, that's why I have a headache. Yep. Everything I do in my life is self-inflicted. Makes me feel all that much worse. Really makes me feel like I should just... I swear to fucking God, I need to get out of here. I need to take my father and I need to just fucking run away from everything. Run away from everything! I can't stand it anymore. Her breathing down my neck 24/7. Telling me what's wrong with me to my face. I know what's wrong with me. Stop fucking reminding me, please. Oh my God. Are you okay? Do I look like I'm okay? I'm just sitting here enjoying the stream, enjoying the company, or trying to. And my grandmother comes in and she's like, hey, guess what? You know why you have a headache? It's because you're drinking all of your monsters. You're addicted. Stop it. That's not exactly what she says, but that's how I take it. Like, my mind is just... Between my cigarette addiction, between my weed addiction, between my slowly but surely growing alcohol addiction, my video game addiction, all of my other addictions coinciding, my monster addiction. I mean, I get it. There are a lot of things wrong with me. Can you please stop reminding me, Gran? That's why we don't get along. Every time I sit down and I try to relax, she says something. And it's like, without even trying, whatever she says pushes my buttons in all the wrong ways. I know she's not trying to push my buttons, but that is exactly what it seems like some days. I am sensing resentment towards your grandma. That obvious, huh? I mean, between dumping out what was left of my birthday present, after buying it for me in the fucking first place, and then... I could go on and on and on and on and on, but it would just seem like I'm throwing my grandmother under the bus and being a huge asshole. I want to say so many things, but I don't know how people are gonna take it. I want to say what's on my mind. Like, I want to say what she's putting me through. But at the same time, it's just gonna sound like I'm complaining. I just want to relax. And have fun. At least, in my dad's eyes, that doesn't seem so wrong. That's the best way I can put it. My dad lets me smoke, my dad lets me drink. Hell, he even lets me spend his money, and I don't even really have to ask. Just as long as it's not like several $100s at once. And it's within his paycheck. But, I mean... my dad on one hand is trying On one hand, I got one family member who's trying to make up for the childhood I didn't get a chance to enjoy. And then, on another hand, I've got a family member who is keeping me from the other family member that is trying to make me happy. So I'm living with somebody who actively makes me miserable, and they're keeping me from somebody who is trying to make me happy. Sure, she's providing for me, she's caring for me, she's putting a roof over my head, she's giving me food, she's giving me a place to sleep, she's giving me everything under the sun that I could ask for, but god damn it, she isn't making it easy. She wants everything done in a certain way, and it is infuriating. If I don't do something right, she freaks out at me over it. Or she doesn't freak out at me over it, but she makes sure that I don't hear the end of it until I get it right. And then when I sit down and I try to relax and I try to get a decent hit in to take the edge off, she tells me to make it last. Like, I know she wants me to make it last. She doesn't want me to smoke it all in 1 week. I get that, but she could tell me to make it last, and it could be my first hit of the day. Now, Jonathan, don't smoke it all in 1 week. I don't have the money to get you any more, and it could be the first hit of the fucking day. And I look at her like she's got 3 heads, like, I just hit this thing! She drives me crazy. And she wonders why I smoke so much. She wonders why I drink so much when I have access to it. She wonders why I drink her entire bottle of wine. She wonders why when there's alcohol in the house, it disappears the moment it enters it. Because she drives me crazy. And when she moved me into this condo, she moved me away from my father and she separated me from him. And now I have to ask her permission to even go see my father. And some days I can't, and some days I can. When it used to be, all I could do is just go down to the park, walk down and go see him whenever I want. She is slowly but surely she's trying to control me. More and more, as each day passes, the leash is getting tighter around my neck. And I know I'm being a little dramatic here, but that is exactly what it feels like. I used to be able to wake up in the morning, go out into the kitchen, get my morning meds together, and take my pills. Now I've got to wait for her to bring them to me. I used to be able to go out like a man, walk down to the park independently, and go see my father, and hang out with him for as long as I want, as frequently as I wanted. Now I have to ask her permission. I'm 21 years old, god damn it! Can you tell? I'm a little pissed off! Maybe if I had half a brain to actually remember to take my pills, I wouldn't need her to give them to me. As for my father, him being out of reach, I wouldn't be in this fucking condo if she had buried her goddamn grudge with him and let him move into the other house. But no! Letting him sleep in the backyard was enough, right? You'll let him basically move in, but you won't actually sign the paper and make it official. You'll let him live in the backyard, but you won't let him live in the house. You're fucking teasing me by letting him sleep behind my bedroom window. Say what you want about me, but my grandmother can be a cruel bitch when she wants to be. And no, I'm not taking that back. It's the truth. We get along some days perfectly. Others, we are at odds. I don't understand why she can't just let me be me. Why every time I show even the slightest hint of desire for freedom, the leash gets a little tighter. Instead of her giving me the freedom that I want, she tries to control me a bit more. I mean, she can do whatever she wants. Why can't I do the same? I'd kill to be able to jump into that fucking truck and drive down to the park and see my father. But I don't have enough experience on the road yet. Not to mention that even if I did, I would need her in the car with me. So, I would still need to ask her permission to go see my father. Even if I was the one driving. I mean, forgive me for entering some really dark territory, but suicide is looking to be really, really, really... It's really starting to look like a good option. Because it's like the harder I try, the harder everything else seems to try to work against me. Even the people I love. I've only got one person in my fucking corner, it seems, and he's homeless. And he's doing everything in his power to make sure that I'm happy from a distance. Letting me spend his money, letting me call him up? Not even. He can't do much else from where he's at. My father can't do anything from where he's at. He's doing everything in his power. My grandmother's trying too, but she's trying to take care of me more than she's trying to make me happy. And sometimes her ways of taking care of me make me miserable. Because it's just the way she approaches the situation. The way she talks to me. The way she treats me. Like she's been around on this planet so much longer than me. Like she fucking talks down to me sometimes. Like, I get it. You're older. You're wiser. I'm supposed to show some respect. But it would be nice if I could get a little bit as well. Instead of every little wrong move I make. Now it just sounds like I'm fucking... No matter what I say, no matter what I do, it always gets like this. Every time I start saying what's on my mind, it's like, nope. Now people know what your true colors look like. Every word you say, people are against you. Why do I get the feeling like people are just hearing what I'm saying and nobody cares? Or they're hearing what I'm saying and they're just like, yeah, you're an asshole. This reminds me of Kratos telling his father, you will not see the end of this day in God of War 3. All I wanted since I was a little kid was for my family to get along and be together. From fighting tooth and nail as a fucking toddler, trying to keep my mom and dad from separating. And now, after my mom is dead, I try to become a family again with my father. And thanks to my grandmother, that's not possible. Because of all the bullshit that my mother said about my father, all the lies, all the stories, and all the other bullshit, my grandmother will never turn the other cheek. And what little hope I had of getting my family back together officially is gone. Now I have to choose somebody who's going to take care of me at the cost of my happiness, or somebody who's going to make me happy at the cost of my healthiness. Because my father can't take care of me in the condition that he's in. And my grandmother won't take care of him because of everything that my mother did. This stream was supposed to just be me relaxing. But now here I am talking about my fucked up past. All I wanted was for everybody to get along and be happy. Is it so much to ask for my family to be a family? Oh, but there are other people in the world that have it worse than you. Yeah, tell them to come see me. We'll be friends. We'll be best friends. But until I see another person, I don't care. I don't care how that sounds. I know there are other people who probably have it worse than me. But until I have a chance to help them or talk to them, there's nothing I can do but complain about how shitty my situation is. So, go ahead. Do what my grandmother does. Inadvertently push my buttons by telling me shit that I already know. I want to be happy. I don't feel like I'm asking for a lot here. I play these games to escape. And sometimes even they're not enough. And when that's not the case, I do successfully escape. But then something happens to pull me right back into the madness. When I just want to be left alone. When I can't take it anymore. And I'm about to just rip somebody's fucking head off! And I want to be left alone! And then when I finally do get away from it, and I get pulled right back in, I get it. That's how life is. It's like Deadpool said, life is but brief commercial breaks of happiness. I get it. I have to get back to my regularly scheduled programming. But that doesn't mean I have to be happy about it. But I get it. I need to be stronger. But I just don't think that's something that I'm capable of. Not yet, at least. When I needed my father the most in my life, he wasn't here. I had somebody else. that was a lying sack of shit, who hurt my mother in ways that my actual father couldn't. Emotionally, mentally. Was the type of guy to say that he'd be there at 6 and he'd show up at 9 o'clock. Or wouldn't show up at all. When I got the news that he died, I was in school. I was just about to leave and go home. Then my grandmother comes in and she says, Mike had a coronary. He passed away last night. In the last conversation we ever had, I can't even really remember it. But my father told me that he was hurt that I viewed Mike as my father instead of him for a time period. But it was my mother's fault. My dad always says, every time we talk, I wish your mother would have listened to me. Maybe she'd still be alive. And my mom used to always say, you just want me back. But my dad would always say to her, I don't want you back. I want you to be safe. I just wish they could have gotten along. Better yet, it's not even my mother's fault. It's my fault. First off, I was too fucking weak to do anything in the first place. Too young to help. But then she died before I finally got my shit together. Maybe if I'd wised up and called my father sooner, when she was actually alive, I could have... I could have gotten my family back together. But now I'm stuck in this hell. I never thought I'd be saying this. I need my dad. I need my dad. Everything that my mother told me, I never thought I'd be saying this. I need my father right now. I can't just call him up and talk to him. I need him here. But that fucking old bitch! She'll never bury the hatchet! God damn it! I just want my family to be whole! Whoa. That dragged on a little longer than I would have expected. And that I would have liked. But it's over now. Ah, I should probably press a button. Press this button. Something somewhere isn't working. Hold on a second. Let's try this one more time. There we go. I apologize for the hostile takeover. I had to calm him down one way or another. He didn't seem like he was listening to reason anytime soon. So I had to pull him to the wayside. Just give me 1 second. This body needs to empty its bladder. I'll be right back. Alright. And John has the nerve to get angry at me for pulling him aside like that. At the rate that he was going to say something that was going to get his channel flagged. Well, my channel flagged. I don't know. How... Either way, all of that was heavy, but understandable. Everything he was saying, he told me multiple times. And I'm not trying to be humorous here, Jack, but it's good to know that me and him have a lot of things in common, including crappy grandmothers. Well, you'll have to tell me about yours sometime. I really need to stop making us out to be so different. Well, we are different, but I would have to explain it in an environment where I have more time. And one where he's not in quite a volatile mood. Where I feel like I don't have to surrender control back anytime soon. It feels different than it usually does. Being in the driver's seat now. Maybe from how much everything has changed. Maybe we're growing closer together. Maybe we're becoming more alike. I don't know. People are under the impression that I'm just not real. Even your brother, Judah. Martin. I even talked with him at one point. Told me to my face that I didn't exist, despite I was right there talking with him. You know what he said it seemed like? He said that it seemed like John was just some immature young guy trying to make his life more dramatic than it already was. You know what I like to say it is? I like to think it's a broken young man trying to come up with some sort of coping mechanism. But then that makes me wonder, why am I only showing up now? Why was it only the seizure back in January that woke me up? Well, maybe there's a bigger mystery behind this than there's... Judah, are you still here? Basically take everything he was saying about his grandmother. I believe it is his mom's mom. And apply it to my dad's mom. Now, granted, I escaped that hell nearly 6 years ago. Sorry, Jack, I am listening to you. I was just trying to finish my thoughts on the other statements. So you are still here. You're just preoccupied. I think we need to talk. Off stream. John is going to have to be to the wayside for a bit longer. But this stream has to stop. I just thought of something. I think I may have the answers. Oh, fuck. Thank you guys for tuning in. Those of you that tuned in live. If you guys liked it, like the video, subscribe. Turn on the post notifications so that you never miss another video and you'll be notified when I start a live stream. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody you know. It really helps out with the channel, helps it grow. And as always, if you're not crazy like me, you're not normal. Peace out. I love you.